strong management team. You know what, Mikey, take it away. Take it away.
Well, as you mentioned, I think a strong manager is a manager that commands the respect of his players. I'd like to think that the majority of the guys in my team respect respect the information that I give them. And with me, you have to be, you have to be strong. You have to, once you've made a decision, stand by it, because ultimately it's what you do. It's what you do on a Sunday morning when you pick the team. It's what you tell the lads and what you tell the guys to do. If it goes well, it's brilliant. If it doesn't, then the only person that takes responsibility is me. And I've always said to the boys, they're under no pressure whatsoever. They're under no pressure to win games. If they don't win, then I've done something wrong, because they always give me 100%, always. And if I get something, there's a couple of games that we have got wrong, and I'm not going to deny that, and that's been down to me. But the strength in that is that I will admit if I made a mistake. I won't blame anyone else. And also having people strong behind you. Like I don't really have an assistant manager at the People's, but people kind of, if I'm not around, Kai, Raja will take over, but they will generally play the way that we play. So we keep continuity, and they've all, to be honest with Kai and Raja, they've always backed me 100%. They've made me like an institution at the People. So, I love them for that. And as I say, we've got a very good, sort of relationship, where if I say something, and as I say, they generally go with what I want to do, in terms of on-field tactics. I don't get any, I think you should be playing him. I think you should do it. They trust me, They trust me to make the right decisions. And I would say 95% of the time I do. There is that 5% where I don't. But I think in terms of that, we are strong. We are together. We're a movement, and as I say, hopefully it's going to go on for a long time.
Yeah, brilliant. I've got two comments here from Emeka or from Maka. How do you pass on knowledge of the game when players are turning up 10 minutes before kickoff hungover? Well, we will kind of definitely touch upon that probably in some kind of other points. And yeah, I will literally remember that question. And the same person has literally said this as well. I play semi-pro level on a Saturday, and a top league on a Sunday, and play against pretty much the same players. Why does Sunday leagues get such a bad stigma when there's so much quality out there? Gosh, Mikey, have you got a answer for that?
I think historically, Sunday league was for the guys that couldn't play Saturdays. They'd go out for a drink on a Saturday night and then come out on a Sunday morning and think that they could do it. Sunday morning was very much, for me, back in the day, it was pub football, where every team probably had maybe 2 or 3 good players, and the rest were just mates that all came together. And the standards weren't great. That's why you get strikers back in the day scoring 80, 90 goals a season, because they weren't playing against much cop. But it's evolved now. It's evolved. And teams like SC Dons, Palmers to a certain degree, have started bringing in sort of semi-pro players on the YouTube platform. And you could see that they came in and were making vast improvements to the side. I don't think that this crossover between Saturday football and Sunday football has happened sort of, it has happened gradually, but I think more Saturday football, because on a Saturday, when I was playing on a Saturday, we weren't allowed to play on a Sunday. We weren't allowed to. They said, no, sorry, we can't play Sunday, just in case you injure yourself, because we were all, contracted, so we weren't allowed to play. But so it was very sort of frowned upon, so that stigma stayed with Sunday football for a long, long time. And you think, you're playing the dog and duck the day. They're just going to get the ball. They're going to lump it 200 yards up the pitch, and it's all that kind of thing. And they're going to kick lumps out of you and just make it and turn the game into a scrap. But now, I think football in itself has evolved. More players coming into the game, better coaching, better players, mates of mates. As I say, it's improved. Coaching is improved. So now there's some Sunday sides now that've got unbelievable players, and there's probably Sunday sides out there that would live in non-league football without a shadow of a doubt. You look at like the Dons, for example. They would most definitely, if they moved into non-league football, would most definitely be successful because of the quality of players that they now have compared to the players that they had previously, where they weren't as great. So I think that's a major reason. I think it's historic. I think it's blinkered. For me now, Sunday football is right up there. The levels are, you've only got to look across teams that you see week in, week out on YouTube. Your rising ballers. I mean, they're Sunday incredible side. You've got Dons. Palmer's a very strong side. These are just examples that that everyone can see. But there's teams that are better than them. You look at Lambeth. I mean, what a fantastic side they've got. And they're Sunday League. But again, you put them onto the Saturday. They probably walk most leagues. And climb the ranks really quickly. So, yeah, for me, it's all historic. It's very blinkered. Sunday League football is far, far, far better now than it ever has been.
Yeah, no, quality answer. But yeah, kind of going back to like a strong management team. In terms of my own experience, I personally wasn't that successful until I managed to get an assistant and literally get people around me that I could actually bounce ideas off. And it's kind of very kind of easy to kind of go down that Superman syndrome where like everything is, I can do this, I can do that, I can do so much stuff. But if you kind of don't have anyone that's going to challenge you, that's gonna that can kind of give you a different insight or kind of or a different opinion about a team or a player. For me personally, that was like the turning point in terms of how I not going to only manage the team, but again, how the team looked at me also as a as a manager, without, as you said before, Kai, Raja, Paul as well, it would have probably taken a lot longer to actually get to where you are right now.
Most definitely, yeah. It's important to have a good, strong support network. It's good that you work together. Everyone, is spitting inside the tent rather than out. It's a collective. And yeah, I'd always listen to opinions of what of what they say. And there's been times where I said, "Gee, you know what? That's not. We could run with that." And that's what it's all about. As I say, the support network is key. It's critical to being successful.